There we go. Yo. What's happening? What's happening? How is your life? How is your world? It is 3-6 Mafia Day. You know what I
It
mean?
is.
It is. It is. You know what
Oh
I mean?
shit! Break the law. We ain't playing. Break the law.
Yeah.
We ain't
Mm,
playing. Break the
mm,
law. We ain't
mm,
playing. We ain't
mm,
playing. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, and even though, hey, and you know what? No, that's still a correlation to wrestling. If you were up on ACW, you know what I'm saying? You know what time it is with that.
Or somebody about to get their ass kicked.
Yes,
Somebody
sir.
about to get their wig split. Beat them
Beat him
up.
up. Beat him up.
Beat him. What's
Break
the
his
other?
neck.
Yeah, break his
Beat
neck.
him up.
Break his neck.
Break his neck.
Beat him up.
Yeah.
Whatever. Beat by the beat ballers, saying I'm scared of a man. From the fan and the man. I never knew them words after that shit.
Yeah. It's the K-I-N-G in here. And that's really what I remember. So, hey man, something to talk about wrestling. Like nobody else in the world, man. And when you do that, that means you are listening to the first Black Champ podcast. And I'm Cam from the Port.
And I'm JR Bang. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download to Barber's Chair Digital, home of First Black Champ. Give us that fan review. Or you could give us the 4, because it's under the fan. Make sure you go ahead and get that match. Yeah. And Camp would very much appreciate that 5 grade. Make sure you go.
Don't listen to this guy verbatim every episode, man.
Go ahead and get that merch. You see Camp got the red on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Holding the belt. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at fbc.pod, Twitter at fbc_pod. Good enough amount of stuff to talk about. Not a lot, but it's a good enough amount.
Yeah, absolutely.
To have a great conversation. Before we do that, sometimes we like to implement, add music to what we're talking about, because we both music heads.
Yeah.
So I'll ask you right off the bat, hip hop version of Slaughterhouse going on right now. I don't know if y'all saw it. Joe Budden and Race the 5'9" had a nice little conversation about the upcoming rise and fall of Slaughterhouse album with Joel Ortiz and Crooked I. For those of you that don't know, because it's some white people that listen to the pod, they might not know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they used to be a group. Well, they never really broke up, the 4 of them.
True. This was it was never a breakup. It was just hey, we're not together.
Yes.
So
it's like your grandmother and your grandfather.
Hey, that's pretty great.
Like your grandmother and your grandfather.
They brought it all together right there.
There ain't no divorce, but we ain't together.
And
Joel Ortiz joined the Instagram Live, and they talked about the differences and the reason for the album, and why people are not on the album, and could you support the album? Where Joe Budden said that album can suck my dick.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? And even though I know people are gonna give Joe flack for that, but
that flack,
right?
Nigga, if you look at the hip hop blogs, it don't say Joe Budden says tell the album to suck his dick. Joe Budden tells Joel Ortiz to suck his dick. Like, no, he didn't.
Yeah, see, and that's wrong. And if you know, us being music heads and also working in and out of the industry over the last decade now, we know local artist moves.
Yeah.
And Joel Ortiz pulled one of the greatest local artist moves of all fucking time. Like of all time. Like, listen, y'all don't even know how just valid the SMD was when an artist comes up to you or presents himself in front of you and is like, hey, I mean, y'all don't never play local artists anyway. Fuck y'all station. Like, fuck you. Matter of fact, I got something talking about my journey and how y'all don't fuck with me and how y'all don't play me. And then you sitting there like, okay, man, well, fam, we'll do you then, man, whatever. Like, whatever. Hey, but listen to the album, bro. Like, listen to my song so you can see I really got talent out here. And I really get busy. I'm really trying to put on for the city. And the first thing, I'll be like, man, fuck you and your album in the ass, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. So, yeah, damn right. That album can suck my dick. I get it.
So I get it. You want me to support an album that you dissing me on.
Right. What kind of shit is that?
Man.
That's like Cannabis telling LL to buy second round knockout.
Right, the single, the maxi single.
Yeah, he was like, yo, but I got a B-side on there though. It's fire, fam. You need to fuck with
Right,
it.
with the Lost Boys.
Like,
Man, it's
bro.
me and the Lost Boys.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like,
no,
bro. I was like, I don't know what's be short circuiting. I don't know what kind of weed they said that I haven't tried. But bro, whatever makes people think that you're gonna get your shit off on a person and then that person has to support it. What the fuck be wrong with y'all?
you knew they wasn't supporting it when you had the logo of the pig being cut.
Yeah.
This
It's like, man.
is the dumbest. And then Cricket Eye comes with all of the excuses that basically support what the other two has been saying.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you talking all this ownership shit, but ain't nobody on the logo since 2011. What Joe Budden said, let's get the business right. And you talking about how the logo ain't being on.
Yeah.
Well, da.
Right. It's,
Right.
and what's so crazy is that it literally even and this I think this is a very important lesson, not only in the world of wrestling, but in the world of life, because rappers, much like wrestlers, are independent contractors to a degree.
Yeah.
Especially if you decide to go independent. And what was alarming here is that one, they wanted to stay on Shady when they didn't own their logo. They didn't own the product that they were trying to put out. Like, but yet, like, they're pushing for this album to come out. Now, obviously, you know, Royce is doing all right. Between the Bad Meets Evil and Prime albums, and then his own albums, his second run, he did okay. Joe left rap completely outside of Rage in the Machine. And then he was like, yo, we're gonna do this podcast shit because it's working now. And so then that literally leaves like, okay, so what's the is Joel and Crook? And it's like, well, y'all still want to do Slaughterhouse albums, and we haven't got that situated yet because we're arguing about one, how we should do business when we don't own any business. It's heartbreaking and hilarious at the same time.
Yeah.
At the same time. So it's like, man, what do you do? Like, what do you do? Because listening to the album is not happening. Like,
I'm not.
Because I'm like, yeah, no, like, why would they want to listen to the album? He said, fuck with the album, bro.
Fuck with it. Like, bro, support the album.
Like, no.
So to bring it to wrestling, I've been sitting there all yesterday when we was talking to this morning trying to figure out who would it be the rap version of Slaughterhouse, especially with what we saw today. Because at first I'm like, well, they are a specific tag team. It's just two people are Marty Jannetty and two people are Shawn Michaels.
Yeah,
but then I said that ain't fair. They can't be the Rockers because it's two members of the Rockers and it's four. So I've been sitting there trying to think of a group, right, where two people was lit, the other people wasn't. I think I got one, but I want to know. I want to see if you got one.
Okay, so I kind of feel like, and I might have the fourth member wrong.
Okay,
but I think it's like the 97 Horsemen, where it's Flair, Arn, Paul Roma, and Chris Benoit. I think that's it. And the reason why I say it is because look, Rick and Arn stable and labeled them dudes. You got Paul Roma, why every stretch of the imagination is like, why are you here? We'll just say that's Crooked Eye. I mean, no, we'll say that's Joel Ortiz. And then I was like, hey, you're talented, obviously, but what do we know you from doing by yourself?
Yeah.
You don't know much. And then there's Chris Benoit, who's Crooked Eye, which is kind of the guy that's killing himself here. Like, you dig what I'm saying? It's like, look, you got it. You're just going about this all fucking wrong. You're going about this wrong, and a lot of people are going to get hurt in the process.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's 97 Horsemen. So Rick, Arn, Paul Roma, and Chris Benoit.
Dan, we're close.
Okay.
I had the Flock.
Ah, yeah.
I had the Flock.
Yeah, Raven and Kidman and then the other.
Right. Raven is Joe Budden. That's Raven is Joe Budden, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't no way around that one. But then I was thinking, like, okay, then we got Kidman and Saturn.
Yes.
So I'm like, who would be Saturn here? Who would be Kidman? So I was like, all right, Royce is Kidman.
Yeah.
Because Kidman had a great second half of his career after the Flock.
Yes, absolutely.
So that would be Royce. And like Saturn's crooked eye.
Yeah.
It's like some shit might pop off. It's just not as much as them two.
Yeah.
I mean, he ain't wrestling in dresses.
Right.
And coming down the ring with brooms and shit. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But he's the third nigga in the group.
Yes.
And then you have Joel Ortiz, which is pick any nigga of the Flock.
Yeah, man.
Whether it's Scotty Riggs, whether it is I forgot the tall dude name.
Oh. He used to be Van Hammer though, right? But when
Nah. It's the tall dude.
Hold on,
Do the
man.
choke slam.
You're gonna make me Google.
Yeah.
Oh, I
forgot my man's name.
I forgot who it is.
Reese.
There you go.
Reese.
Yeah.
You know, so is he Reese? He's not Canyon.
Yeah. Or Sick Boy.
He's not Van Hammer. Because Van Hammer was popping.
Yeah.
But you know what? He could be Van Hammer. Because just like Van Hammer had a good start to his career, Crooked Eye had a great start to his career, you know, with signing to Death Row and, you know, them trying to position him being next up on it. So it was a lot of buzz around him.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, shit happened.
Yeah.
You know, Van Hammer had a lot of, he was in the Falls Count Anywhere match with Cactus Jack. He had a little bit of buzz and then he got let go.
Yeah.
And came back and he was a member of the Flock.
Yeah. I mean, sure, yeah, at this point, so Joel could be Lodi, Riggs, Reese, or Sick Boy. He could be any of those.
See, yeah.
He could be any of those. So
you can pick.
Yeah. And it's like, and the thing is here, we're not trying to say that he's insignificant, but the problem that you have here with four-man groups is that if you don't present yourself as being equally valuable together as you are apart, then we're forced to just choose, you know, I guess sides now, because that's what they're making us do. That's what they're making us do. You put Crooked Eye with Joe or Royce, this conversation goes completely different.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say this because I think Joel might be a great guy. But I never was like anticipating bars from Joel Ortiz.
No, hey, listen, I get it. When they formed Slaughterhouse, I was, and everybody don't try to kill me here. Remember what time we were in when Slaughterhouse formed. Because I was like, so wait, they not going with Nino Bless or Charles Hamilton for that fourth spot? But look where we were. Like Charles Hamilton was heating the fuck up.
Yeah.
So Royce, Crook, Joe, and Charles Hamilton in that pocket of time, that 09 to 11, that 08 to 11 time made perfect sense. That kind of changes Charles' trajectory, but like Mary J. Blige's former daughter-in-law punched him in the face and in a rap battle, and it started going downhill from there.
Yeah. And you know what? And I don't want to be that guy. Like, I know it's some super hip-hop heads who listen to this pod.
Of course.
It's like, yo, Bang tripping. But I ain't necessarily was anticipating Crooked Eye bars either.
Hey, look, man. Hey, look, if people kept it real, you know, no matter what side of the rap spectrum you fall on, if you're the rapidy rap underground backpack, or if you're just like mainstream money, hoes, and clothes,
yeah,
you do need to have a notable project that, if nothing else, we go to this for you. And they just don't have those. They have that project, but it's called the First Slaughterhouse album. That is the problem.
Like, Crooked may very well be a great guy, but See, this is where I separate myself from rap fans and rappers who perform at Subterranean on Tuesday nights. See, I got to work that day. I might not make your show because I got to work that night. You know, if it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's lit. But Tuesday, I might not make it. And what I mean by that is just like AEW fans, just like WWE fans who just ride heavily for the E, you're going to have that group of fans who just is going to ride with whoever, whatever, because it's anti. You know what I'm saying? It's like Joe, it's cool to hate Joe Budden.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's cool to hate Joe Budden. But when it was anti, you know, you will see people on social like, see, Joe Budden saying that real shit. But then when it's against, you know, the people you love because they coming up the same way as you know, getting those shows, paying $25 at Sub T, open mic, get my freestyles on. You like Crooked Eye. I'm not, look, this might sound like a diss, but look at yourself and look who you fans of. Not saying all of you, saying some of you.
Yeah, no. Hey.
Some of you.
Hey, listen, hey, that some of your circle thing is also about what you digest.
Yeah.
All right.
Because AEW fans, I mean, bringing for wrestling, you know, it was anti to like the WWE. It is anti to love the WWE right now for some people. So you could trot out Marco Stunt and a fan of AEW be like, that's a future world heavyweight champion. It's like, no, he's not. What the fuck are you talking about right now?
Yeah, man. It's like, what made you say that?
Yeah, because the WWE would never give somebody a shot like that. But, you know, he's an AEW where they're going to give everybody a shot because everybody's going to be a world champion at the same damn time. Those are, yeah. So Joe Budden, I guess Joe Budden and Royce are the WWE and Joel Ortiz and Crooked Eye is AEW. And those fans are going to support that album. I just think they're not going to get the streams you would think after basically being in the hip hop news, you know, just as well as tonight. There's a pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. To run this bitch full circle.
There you go.
That's a pay-per-view tonight. AEW Revolution is their big pay-per-view. It's a gang of matches on the card. I will admit to you all, I am thinking about purchasing this pay-per-view.
Okay.
Because the card is stacked. But the Joel Ortiz Crooked Eye main event is the World Championship. Adam Hangman Page versus Adam Cole.
Bang.
That should not be the main event, ladies and gentlemen. The main event should be CM Punk versus MJF.
Yes, it should.
And it's not even close. This is literally for me. I'm just going to say for me, when I watch tonight, I am watching for that match and probably that match alone, even though the card is stacked. These last, 3 weeks of promos between CM Punk and MJF have been wow. We never stunted on the talent of MJF to the point where we both believe that MJF is the uncrowned AEW heavyweight champion.
Absolutely.
CM Punk, we know CM Punk can talk. Right. We ain't been thrilled with his in-ring work.
Right. Yeah.
Since he's been there, but you can't front on him on the mic.
No,
so you get 1 week of CM Punk talking about, you know, maybe straight edge has fucked up some of my fans. And then you get MJF talking about how damn, Well, no, excuse me. The first week was fuck MJF in that picture.
Yeah.
To you, that picture we took was the greatest picture ever. To me, it was just Friday. Just like for me, listening to cricket, I enjoy a little tease. It's just like Tuesday.
Look
It's
at,
like
man, hey, it's just rap music, bro.
It's rap music.
To use a hip hop classic,
Right,
to me, it's rap
right.
music.
Man, hey, that's a t-shirt. Oh my God. Yo, if you don't put that shit on one, I am. I'm just letting you know that shit now. To you, it's a classic. To me, it's just rap music. That shit. Nigga, if you don't put that shit on the t-shirt today,
We working on it. We gonna work on it officially.
You have 5 days. You have 5 business days. To me, yo, to me, it's just rap music. To you, it's a classic. To me, it's just rap music. I will wear that at a subterranean event. Hi, guys. And this is not dissing subterranean people because I've hosted many shows there.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about a certain select group.
Yeah,
that even you motherfuckers who perform there know. So
hey, look, I perform there. I know.
Right.
So there you go. Look,
there you go.
You can't stand on us. We've been on both sides of the spectrum.
Bingo.
Don't play with us.
Don't play with us. But yeah, it's like, you get that shit, and then MJF gets all emotional with his promo. Say one of the best promos in AEW history.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next week, CM Punk like, damn, did I fuck up my fans? And then they embrace the next time, and then he gets kicked in the nuts and proceeds to get the shit beat out of him.
Yeah, in a major way.
So let me ask you this, because we now live in a wrestling world where we don't necessarily see a lot of blood.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like, Blade, WWE don't like blading. We don't see a motherfucker wipe his head and then pat.
Right. Right. Right.
You don't see, that's not commonplace. And I was talking to Jonathan Hood, and he raised on his platform, Tuesday Wrestling Tuesday, he made a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
Like how he hasn't seen promos like this since the territory days. And then to see the blood and the way that the blood was pouring out of CM Punk's head.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you ain't really seen no shit like that since the 80s when they had them wrestling bloodiest matches on the VHS 1999 to see Bruiser Brody go to Japan and cut the shit out of himself and then bleed all day against Stan Hansen. Like, we ain't get that shit since then. So, like, what was your thought? I know you didn't watch it live, but like, what was your thoughts when you look up on social and see CM Punk with the crimson mask?
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what? I will say that one, it speaks to your main point. That is the main event of the pay-per-view. No questions asked. I mean, you hate to diminish your title by putting it next to last, but that match should be last. And two, I think a moment like that where you can't necessarily overhype it, but you do see very clearly that AEW is moving in a different direction as far as how they're going to present their content.
Yeah.
Like, obviously both companies have the same goal, but now with a move like that, with two of their premier stars, two of their top guys in that kind of spot, they're letting you know, oh, we're about to do something different over here. And I think that's really good for them, especially with how the last 2 months have went going into this year.
Man, and I think this match is probably the most important match of CM Punk's AEW career. Like, going into this match, I fully expect CM Punk to win it.
Okay.
Like, the way that this card has been put together and the way that I feel about AEW, all in or all out, whichever one is called.
Right.
And Revolution are their WrestleMania. So for this, I'll say officially, to me, Revolution is their WrestleMania.
Okay.
With everything that they have gone, like that they have done this weekend as well. I've seen a lot of the fan shit and, saw, some of the wrestlers, kicking it with the fans and all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But just breaking down this card, and let me say this too. I know AEW is gonna kill me for this too, because their thing is like trios matches, but
Yeah.
it's too many trios matches tonight for me,
Mm.
But on the pre-show card, on the buy-in, you have Hook versus QT Marshall. That's been building, and Hook's not losing that. You got legit Layla Hirsch versus Chris Statlander. And then you got the House of Black, which is Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. Not Murphy no more. It's Buddy Matthews
Mm.
versus Pac, Penta, and Eric Redbeard. Our man
Yeah.
our man is back. Yeah, Rowan is
You know
back.
what I'm
He's
saying?
Eric Redbeard, and that's a 6-man match.
Mm.
Jade Cargill is going to beat Tay Conti tonight. She's going to be 29-0. You got Andrade, Matt Harvey, and one of the private party cats, Isaiah Cassidy, going to go up against Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting.
Okay.
That's right there is already 2 trios matches.
Yeah. Yeah, you ain't even through the middle of the card, are you?
No.
I was gonna say, like, yo,
But that's it. But it's still one too many.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
You got Jurassic Express going up against Redragon, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and the Young Bucks. So that match, look, let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
I said that CM Punk versus MJF is the reason why I might order this pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see no bad matches with the Young Bucks, ladies and gentlemen. And you put them motherfuckers with Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah. You know what? That will be good for them. And as a guy that doesn't like them, I will say that Kyle O'Reilly and and Fish get it done, man. They'll get it done with them.
Yeah.
I can't, like, if I said anything else, I would be hating.
So, right. Yeah. I mean, because Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish held down like the first match of the night at NXT for like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Them shits was all crack.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey.
So man, so do you think, just off top, do you think they're gonna open with that match a la old NXT?
If they were smart, they would.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because again, it's crack on this card.
Mm-hmm.
But if they were smart, yeah, they will open up the show with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you also got Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson on this card.
Mm.
I'm not the biggest Jon Moxley fan.
Right.
But I know him versus Bryan Danielson is gonna smack. Boy, that shit gonna smack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris Jericho. Have you seen Chris Jericho's new physique?
No, actually I have not.
That motherfucker's lost weight and got abs again.
There we go. All right, Chris. Let's go, Jericho.
He did his MAGA workout and he's straight.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? you got to get it in.
And make Chris great again. But he's going to be going up against Eddie Kingston, Keith Lee, Orange Cassidy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Wardlow, and Christian Cage are in the ladder match tonight for a future AEW TNT Championship match.
Oh wow!
Yeah, all in one match, ladder match too.
All right. You know what? Okay.
See
that's an interesting match too, because I think that's damn near all the middle of the road guys, right? Like, somebody got to creep through, and like the loser of this match should technically be challenging for the AEW Championship, right?
Keith Lee should be the world champion. Britt Baker, DMD versus Thunder Rosa in a match for the Women's World Championship. Of course, CM Punk versus MJF, and Adam Hangman Page versus Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship.
Like, how that's gonna go? Spoiler alert, huh?
Oh man, look, I listened to the AEW call.
Mm-hmm.
If Adam Cole don't win this match, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
If he don't win this match, I'm shocked.
Yeah, they need to, like, I mean, hey, in true wrestling Twitter reaction fashion, the best move for business here is Adam Cole winning the AEW championship because I feel, especially where we are right now in 2022, he has the ability and the capability and the setup to be the current greatest AEW champion of all time. No disrespect to Chris Jericho.
Yeah, oh, look.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Look, y'all know how I feel about Adam Cole. To me, Adam Cole is a star.
mm-hmm.
And as long as you do right and know how to promote him, he's gonna be a star. Like this is just Shawn Michaels. Like there's a white Shawn Michaels and a black Shawn Michaels to me right now. Adam Cole is a white Shawn Michaels, and Carmelo Hayes is black Shawn Michaels to me. But even looking at this card though, G, they might be the fourth best match on the card. Like they might have to steal the show.
Yeah.
Which should not be the case. But when I look at this card, I put Mox and Danielson over them. I put Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa over them.
Yep. Let's not sleep.
Of course, I put CM Punk and MJF over them.
I mean, shit.
And then the face the tag match. And shit, you can open, matter of fact, you want to open this shit with them?
Right. Right. I mean, it's a lot going on. I mean, these are good problems to have, but this is why you have to, and this is why everybody can't be champ. Right? Like, again, no disrespect to Adam Hangman Page, but everybody can't be champ. And this run and this card is proving it.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like there's a lot of star power before we get to that title match.
Yeah, and this is why I give AEW their respect. Well, and that's not even counting if Cesaro makes an appearance because his contract is up. So it's not like, he can go wherever he wants, whenever he wants now, which at some point in time, somebody got to go to Impact.
Right.
Because to keep it a buck, they might be the most consistent company. Like consistent.
Okay.
Like their content and the matches that they've been putting out is dope. Josh Alexander came back yesterday. And it was wild because I thought I saw, and I believe I'm right on this, like he had said he lost his visa, his working visa, because his contract was up. So they had to get that shit fixed. He had to get a job quick because his ass was going to be going back to Canada or whatever. But he signed his contract. He showed up and he's going to be wrestling Moose at their pay-per-view Rebellion coming up. But somebody got to go there. Everybody can't go to AEW.
Right.
And this is why when I tell people that I love where we at in wrestling, and if done right, we can have 3 to 4 legit organizations. But in my opinion, these same people need to be in a situation in which, like, they're getting the deals that help them sustain themselves so they don't have to go and do a whole bunch of other shit if they don't want to. And we could start seeing Impact have a better a better chance of watching Impact on a weekly basis. We got AEW coming on Wednesdays and Fridays. We got, of course, WWE everywhere with the streaming stuff. And Fox and USA Network. Like, I want to be able to be in a situation where we see Impact a lot more often. And I think we should, because as these people get released, like, everybody can't go to Jacksonville.
Right.
But when you listen to that card that we just broke down, like what are your thoughts when you hear this card?
It's now all the WWE haters are somewhat validated. But see, they had to build here though. They had to build to get here. This wasn't 2 falls ago. Fall 2020. This wasn't that. I think it also, when you look at this card, you see, wow, you know what? Viable wrestling programming, not owned and operated by the McMahon family.
Right.
You know, it's as and also as we can see, hey, all those botches got people at home. All, all those botches got people at home. Like let's be clear. You still watching a lot of NXT, WWE, however you want to frame the umbrella talent. You still watching it. You just watching it in a different building with a different logo. So understand that the best and the brightest are still making headway. They're still succeeding in the wrestling business. However, it ain't for everybody. And just like Bang said, somebody got to go to Impact. Now it is on not Impact, but on the guys that should know that they're not quite AEW or WWE superstar material to go to Impact and build that up.
Right.
You know, sometimes, you know, you do have to be the catfish in the aquarium. You know what I mean? Because
that's a shirt too. That's a shirt too.
You know, like sometimes you got to be that, and then you go swim with the sharks. I mean, well, you swim with the whales because you know they might not kill you.
Yeah.
But then you gotta go with the sharks. You know, so it's I think it's a very positive move for them. I think this even, and then obviously this is obviously something that they needed with Cody being gone too. So with Cody and Brandy out, they really need this. And fortunately for them, they have enough talent to where the headline could be no Cody, no problem, and you still get at least a 3.5 star pay-per-view front to back if y'all into the rating system and shit like that.
Yeah. And it's a lot of pay-per-view for $50.
Yeah. It is.
This is a lot of pay-per-view for a Davis family order at Grubhub.
Yeah.
So really, this is for the low, in my opinion. So I'm probably gonna order it. I'm probably gonna see what's up to it, and then, you know, next week when we could talk about something other than WWE, even though that's next.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, it's always next. I mean, we understand where we at.
Yeah, I mean,
we know what we're doing here.
You know what we're doing here. Let's go with last night. We record on Sunday, so Saturday, the WWE was at Madison Square Garden. You know it goes down at Madison Square Garden. Remember,
Absolutely.
Diesel defeated Bob Backlund
Right.
for the World Championship. I think the curtain call was in Madison Square Garden too. I think
it was.
No, so a lot of shit goes down in Madison Square Garden, and last night was no exception. They had a massive card. Roman Reigns, I believe, went up against Seth Rollins and defeated Seth Rollins with the chokehold. We had a couple of more joints that happened, but the one that was most important that everybody was anticipating, if you listen to or watched WWE programming these last couple of weeks, Paul Heyman said that he was going to guarantee that Brock Lesnar would not come to WrestleMania with the WWE World Championship. So a lot of people was anticipating this night, and it was not being recorded. So it's like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? Right. So a lot of people was anticipating this night. So of course, if you want to go watch this, you're gonna have to go buy tickets at the house show. And I think that's really what the WWE wanted, because Brock Lesnar ended up going up against Austin Theory.
Yeah, man.
So we already know what's going to happen. Austin Theory is not winning the title and not going to go up against Pat McAfee for the World Championship at WrestleMania. However, what happened after the match, though, is basically what Roman Reigns said was going to happen at WrestleMania that Friday. They beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar. You know, Brock Lesnar going to get his punches in. He's going to get his licks in, but shit. They beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar, left him bloody, and Roman Reigns stood over him with both championships in each hand raised to the sky and told Madison Square Garden to acknowledge him. So my question to you, Kemp, does that solidify Brock Lesnar winning at WrestleMania?
I mean, hey, listen, my pick was always Roman Reigns, and I'm not going to waver on that even as we get closer. So, to see face Brock Lesnar or any Brock Lesnar getting treated like that at MSG, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big move. And I mean, hey, Roman Reigns is already holding the stat of I'm one of the only guys to beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania. The other guy is to be the guy that beat the guy. So so beating Brock Lesnar and beating the Undertaker at WrestleMania sounds like some tribal chief shit to me, especially to be the undisputed world champion. So yeah, I mean, hey, look, and I get people were mad about I mean, I get they were mad about Austin Theory at Madison Square Garden, but what do you think was going to happen after Elimination Chamber? What you think? What you think? Huh? Like, come on, be realistic, man. But yeah, I mean, hey, look, Roman Reigns been tribal chief, man. We're ready to get that Pedro Morales run the fuck out of here. Apparently,
I would agree with you
mm-hmm.
and keep it with Roman Reigns until I saw how bad Brock Lesnar got his ass beat.
Okay,
I ain't never seen Brock Lesnar get his ass beat like that. Even when the Big Show was doing, when Paul Heyman switched to the Big Show and all of that shit, like
true.
I ain't like that. I'm like, yeah, they position me, just saying me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how Brock Lesnar get his ass beat like that, and then they're gonna cut that shit into a package that we gonna see for a month until folks get to Dallas and say that Brock Lesnar's gonna win this title. I mean, not gonna win this title.
Okay.
Like sometimes it's just the way you get your ass beat just kicks off the Rocky story. But Rocky is Drago here.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
You raise a great point.
Like, they gonna put that shit in the package. We gonna see this shit tomorrow. We gonna see shit on Friday. We might see this shit before NXT, and ain't none of these motherfuckers on NXT.
Right.
We gonna see this shit on WWF Superstars, Primetime Wrestling, Jacked, Sunday Night Heat, Main Event, Level Up. We gonna see this shit before Nikita Lyons matches. We gonna see this shit before on commercials on the motherfucking Peacock. When you get to the WWE side, like, they gonna play this motherfucking shit all damn day. It's just I can't see it. They're gonna have to shock me for WrestleMania.
I understand it. And I mean, and hey, that's part of WrestleMania's got to be, right. This is the biggest WrestleMania main event ever.
Yeah.
So
it's just, it just feels like, and the face normally goes over the heel.
Yes.
At WrestleMania, and clearly Roman is the heel.
Oh yeah.
Clearly. Even though he seems like face to me, because now you got more people throwing up the one.
Yeah, man. And
acknowledging. And then he talks shit about you. That's when you want to boo. But when he says, Orlando, Florida.
Acknowledge me.
Yay. Then
fuck where you from, though?
Boo. Yeah, like, and Roman Reigns is come. I will say this though. The only other reason why I'm like, shit, Kemp might be right here is that, man, all the young niggas who listen to this pod, hear me this. Go to the WrestleMania 5 build up and look at Macho Man. That's Roman Reigns right now. When I look back, and as I've stated here on this pod, is that again, I'm going back to Primetime Wrestling. And one of the main reasons why I want to see it is see how some of these matches were built up.
Okay.
Like, now I'm at, past WrestleMania 5. So we're about to get into SummerSlam in a couple of months, which would be Macho Man and Zeus versus Hulk Hogan and Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Mm.
But when I look at the WrestleMania 5 promos, G, hey, Macho Man carried Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
He carried Hulk Hogan. It was you sort of lust in your eyes, Hulk. You know, and you're jealous of me. And then they go to the cameras and shit, and they go to the joints and show you what Macho Man is talking about, and then get the lust in your eyes, brother. You've been jealous of me ever since I won the world championship. Now you're talking about you never lost it. Well, how did you lose it? You lost it to the other Andre the Giant, my brother. And this motherfucker, I'm talking about the veins is in this motherfucker neck. Look like my arm, and I'm fat. Now you go look at Roman Reigns promo that last week, yesterday, when him pointing and shit, like him talking about the cameras and shit, and then this week talking about what he's gonna do to Brock Lesnar, and then the next night actually do the shit.
Yeah,
I know we getting no lighthearted. This is me in real life, Brock Lesnar. Well, fuck all that. Roman carrying this shit.
Yeah, man.
So it's like,
yeah, man. It's kind of one of those things, right, where you gotta applaud the job that Roman Reigns is doing to refresh his own title reign, like on his own, with the same opponent from last year, and he's making this feel a lot different. It's like, yo, I'm gonna do what a lot of people can't do out here. I'm about to sell y'all the same main event twice,
man,
by me acting different. Like, I don't even like, yo, at first y'all didn't believe I was him, but now you know I'm him. And now let me show you again why I've been him.
And to your point, now I don't mind if he does win. Because if y'all want to make Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39, oh no, he wins.
Man.
And he keep this train going, ladies and gentlemen. And then his cousins say, you know what, I'm good enough. I'm straight now. I'm in wrestling shape. Let's go fight.
Right.
And he beat his cousin.
Yeah.
I am now more with the I am now more with the Pedro Morales Hulk Hogan title run now more than ever, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because if you beat Brock like this, if you beat the shit out of Brock like this with your cousins, and if they wanted to pull a trigger, they brothers in NXT fighting Walter. That means he ain't gonna be that long.
Hey, man. Listen. A lot of this stuff be writing itself if you really just check the momentum.
My bad, Gunther. My bad, Gunther. Yeah, but man, oh man, oh man. Cody Rhodes. You know, once he left AEW, the whole scuttlebutt is that he was coming to WWE, and is basically a foregone conclusion. But in these last couple of days, we've gotten shit like talks have fizzled. He's still on the WrestleMania plans. He's still on the inside plans on the card and all of this shit. If Cody Rhodes after all this shit happens and Cody Rhodes do not end up in the WWE, what are your thoughts?
AEW is too damn worried and started this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we do have to really think about this, right? I can't point to a tweet. I can't point to a conversation, an interview, an Instagram live. I can't point to anything from Cody Rhodes even alluding to him definitely going to the WWE during or for WrestleMania. But what we did see is all of his former co-workers, co-owners, co-partners, whatever everybody's co was alluding to it for him.
Right.
So I'm not a ratings guy. I'm a content guy. So I don't know if the ratings spiked for Raw or SmackDown the last few days or a few couple weeks or not. But I know that Hangman, Kenny Omega was the best promo guy for another organization that I ever seen. Because it didn't seem like Cody was really doing anything. Like I could honestly see him taking a dad year off, honestly, and then getting back to it maybe top of next year. I don't know. But all I can say is Cody never did anything to make me think he was showing up. That was everybody else.
That's true. Like, I mean, some people have stated that they thought this was a work.
Yeah.
I, for one, and this is me, especially being a father, and he a new father too. Like, you know,
brand new.
Like I don't get shit. Baby 3 years old, you still a new father.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I would have took some time. Anyway, like I wouldn't have jumped right into some shit. So, I mean, I don't know who to believe when it comes to these talks, but just me being a father and a husband, I'm taking a break.
Yeah, especially if you got it. Like, you know,
Cody
ain't looking for his next wrestling check.
Hell no.
Like he probably raising his new child with that TNT check that he cut with Snoop.
Bruh. Was that the Big Show? Or whatever it's called?
Yeah, something like that.
That been me, fam. I'm keeping it a buck. I'm not wrestling. I know it's WrestleMania. I see y'all at WrestleMania 39.
Man.
If I'm Cody, but I do know that wrestling is in his blood. So it would be crazy as shit. After all of that, he appears tonight at Revolution.
Right.
I'm not even gonna front. If he shows up at Revolution Sunday night, it's worth the $50. And Vince McMahon got to have a conversation with his people. Now that's when I'm gonna say, yo, y'all got to have a conversation with y'all people. Some shit's got to change. Some heads got to roll. Because Vince McMahon did a dope ass interview with Pat McAfee, and it was funny because you had told me, I think it was you had told me first that you believe that Pat McAfee does a show in the building where you used to work at.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. So my first thought was, damn, Vince McMahon in the motherfucking same building. Oh, I wish my nigga was still there one day.
Man.
Knock on the motherfucking door. Look, hey, what Vince at? Just trying to.
Right, we just trying to see what's happening.
Trying to see what's happening. So he checked. He checked.
What I'm saying? I'm just a fan. I'm just a supporter of the product.
Right. And I work over here. I don't give a damn anyway. I'm just. You can let them know I knocked on the door. I'm trying to holler at Vince. Y'all niggas hiring? All that shit.
Man, right. Hey. That was definitely going up. You can
all that shit. But Vince had a dope interview with Pat McAfee. Probably the most relaxed I've ever seen Vince McMahon.
Awesome.
In the interview setting. Because he was about to beat Bob Costa's ass.
Oh yeah. Hey, facts. Yeah. Bob was gonna catch it. Bob was gonna catch it.
Yeah. And every time somebody has a conversation with Vince, it seems like they try to test him.
Yeah, like what was it, Geraldo or Donahue? I can't remember which one.
I think it was Donahue.
Yeah, Donahue almost got the white knocked off of his scalp.
Then you had the inside the dish and shit. Like, yeah. People always try to test Vince. Like, I'm here to talk about the XFL, but what about the steroids in wrestling? Yeah. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? We talking about football right now. But is wrestling real? Like, fam, you know what? That's why I want to talk to y'all, motherfuckers.
You know what I'm saying? And when Vince's eyes get glassy, that means somebody's about to die. Did he stare with the glassy eyes? Like,
just look at your motherfucking he told me, say, I'm an asshole, all this shit and everything cool. But then in that, No, he offers Pat McAfee a match at WrestleMania. So that's how we're gonna get Pat McAfee and Austin Theory at WrestleMania. He's also talking about inducting The Undertaker. So
saw that.
there's no other person to induct The Undertaker, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
true.
Like,
That's true.
Vince McMahon inducted Hulk Hogan. He's gonna induct Shawn Michaels. He's going to induct The Rock. He's gonna induct Triple H.
Yeah.
He's going to induct everybody who was at the top.
Yeah.
Everybody
that stayed down when Eric Bischoff was on this bullshit, they getting their own induction by Vince.
Yeah, like we got who we got Edge. Oh, Edge, I fuck with you, but go call Christian.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's your guy.
Yeah, Vince, you're not gonna induct me? Coco. Seriously.
Oh no.
You're not gonna induct me, Christian. Seriously.
Right, man. You got in.
It's
like, oh, it's your turn.
The Rockers get inducted into the Hall of Fame. Like, seriously? No, I'm inducting Sean by himself. Marty?
Man.
No.
Yeah. Like, yo, didn't you kill somebody?
Yeah, and then admitted to it on Facebook.
Right.
Powers of Pain. Hey Vince, could you induct the Powers of Pain? No, I think everybody's dead who should be able to induct them.
Like, when you want the affidavit? Like,
the Warlord? The Warlord's not getting in. The Warlord's not getting in no capacity.
That's his name right here, right? That's the affidavit from the
Is the Warlord in though?
Nope. He ain't in. It's nothing. I think he on that affidavit though, because he was on Dark Side of the Ring, so he definitely on that affidavit. He definitely on the affidavit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had to think about that for a minute. Like, wait a minute, because Coco Beware's in.
Yeah, see, that's different though. You know, he sang Pile Driver. You know what I mean?
I know, but fam, I've been watching primetime wrestling, and I've probably seen Coco Beware win 2 matches.
All right, hey, but listen, man.
Like
he recorded Pile Driver though.
Like high energy. Like, matter of fact, the Blue Blazer and Coco Beware tagged up on occasion. So it's like, so that's where high energy came from.
Yeah.
And they were still losing matches. It's like, what the fuck?
Sure was.
And I just saw a match that I never thought, like, I didn't know it happened. But, there was a career match with Rugged Randy Garvin and Greg the Hammer Valentine. That's why he was like a ref or like an announcer fucking up Greg the Hammer Valentine's matches. Well, they actually had that match.
That was literally the only career match I never cared about, because I didn't really like either one of them. But I was like, yo, I kind of hope Greg the Hammer Valentine win, because I don't like Rugged Randy Garvin at all. So yeah, I was like, yo, turn the Shield shit around and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. But anyway, like, I lost my place because that shit was great what we was talking about. And this shit's funny as hell because he's sitting there. But anyway.
Hey, Vince inductions ain't for everybody is the bottom line.
Yeah, now he a referee. Yeah, see, he got a job as a referee now. Now he say he a referee and shit. This shit's hilarious. But yeah, Vince McMahon also talked about, briefly what a succession plan will look like. And if you've ever seen the TV show Succession, this is literally the WWE now.
Okay.
Now, for those who don't know, the show Succession is on HBO. They just finished their 3rd season. It's about a family in media conglomerate. And the father is, a little bit long in the tooth and shit, and people are looking for the successor. And all of the kids got some type of issues. The daughter got a nice ass.
Okay, that helps.
She got a nice one, Jack. She got, man, it was one joint she had on when her mom got married. That motherfucker's A1 top notch. She got a nice ass.
All right, poke some cream. Let's do it.
Yeah, you got the son one of the sons was played by Macaulay Culkin's brother, That motherfucker is funny
Wait,
and
who?
weird. Macaulay Culkin brother, Kieran Culkin.
Oh, over, he got a job. He worked too in
Yeah,
the
that motherfucker
entertainment
just got an
industry.
award
Really?
for
Okay, shout out to him.
Succession. Yeah, the one that was the pee in the bed on Home Alone.
Oh, it
But yeah,
is him. Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah. But
Yeah.
he's a weird. He's smart, but he's weird. Like he don't want to fuck women, but he would masturbate at the thought of them, and yeah, that's just weird. He's weird.
Peeping Tom vibes. I get it.
Not even peeping Tom vibes. Like this
Mhm.
it's not even that. It's weird though.
Yeah,
You
nah,
know,
yeah.
it's weird. Then you got the older brother who was supposed to be the heir apparent, but that motherfucker got issues. Like, that
Mm,
motherfucker is he just came from rehab and shit a little bit ago, and he a little weak minded and shit. But the show's good to the motherfucker.
okay, okay.
That's what it seems like the WWE is right now, because you got Shane, who basically got kicked out the company after Royal Rumble because he made everybody mad, apparently.
Mm,
But Shane like disappears from the company like every time he comes back. So it's
mhm. Of
not.
course.
You got Stephanie, who's doing every fucking thing. It seems like she's the chief content officer and some other shit.
Mm,
And then you got Triple H, who's the husband, and shit. The daughter is married in the shit. And Triple H is the husband here, but very knowledgeable. Gave us NXT, and all of that shit. And
mhm,
then you got Nick Khan, the outsider,
mm.
who seems like he's the heir apparent. Which does a McMahon need to run the WWE?
To me, yeah. Sorry. Um, and I'm only saying that because they were there for the good and the bad and all the evolutions of it.
Right.
You know, I don't mind changes and pushing it into, just a futuristic direction. And I also know that everything won't work. I mean, hell, it's been periods of time that just have not worked on the McMahon's watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some periods of time we're like, oh man, get this the fuck out of here. But to me, especially just the way the company's been positioned for well over 20 years now, like even like it was cool when I didn't really know, like when I was naive that the guy holding the mic owned the company, I was cool.
Right.
And I didn't really care who ran it. But with the birth of the Mr. McMahon character, and then with the birth of the corporation, the McMahon Helmsley era, and like when they even got Linda McMahon involved, it was like, okay, so this is really they shit. Like, granted, I know this is sports entertainment, but this family runs it, and they took it to a new level. They took it to Kardashian proportions before the Kardashians. So for me, I personally can't see anybody outside of the McMahon family umbrella running it, but that might be me just leaning too far into what I've known and watched since the mid 90s.
Right. And I'm gonna read what part of a quote that Pat McAfee, between the McAfee and Vince McMahon interview, where he was talking about a potential succession plan. And this is where I was like, ooh, shit. And I'm reading this from whatculture.com. Um One of the things that he said was, in fact, I probably expected more out of my family members when talking about the company
Mhm,
and his family.
mhm.
Like him saying that shit, it sounded like a shot at Shane.
Mm, okay.
Because to me, the the way that I feel about it, right? It just always seemed to me that Shane was supposed to be the successor.
Yeah,
But Shane also left.
right. Yeah, went to
Like he
China, right?
like he went to China and shit. He was like, yeah, shit, I just go over there and Vince like, oh, so you don't want to stay with this wrestling shit? And like, nah. Matter of fact, um, here's the full joint right here. When asked about a succession plan, he said, no, I don't think about it a lot. Hopefully, if you build something, hopefully you will want it to continue on and prosper and grow, whether it's with a family member or without a family member. You have to be objective. And I look at family members, whoever it is, just like you would other employees. And quite frankly, I probably have expected more out of my family members, which is probably not the right thing either. And McAfee says it's going to be a big deal right there, what you just said. Vince McMahon says, but nonetheless, you have to do the right thing for the business. So if this person is not working out, then they shouldn't be a part of the company.
Yeah. Words from the desk of the owner, bro. Like, yo.
And the thing is, by default, you do expect more from your family members. Especially if you've been around me, you have learned from me, you've seen my mistakes, my failures, you see my wins. And you've probably seen them in a different way than anybody else has because you my son, or you my daughter, you my brother, you my nephew, whatever.
Right.
So hearing him say that, it's not a shock or surprise. However, with the rumors about a sale with the WWE happening and Nick Khan popping up and all types of shit like that and seem to be growing more and more power, it does make you think if Vince is like, I'm the only McMahon that can run this shit, and if I can't run it, none of y'all can. It does sound like that.
Yeah. And, see, the issue we are running into is this. We, as consumers of the product, assume Vince has killed off and not executed correctly in this new era.
Right.
Like, obviously, people always lean on Stephanie being the figurehead of the women's revolution too, and the women's evolution, right?
Right.
And then, people are giving Triple H credit for NXT, right? And rightfully so. However, I imagine just like Vince is also heavy passionate on the wrestling end of this, I kind of also feel that he's the numbers guy.
Right.
And if, for instance, all that shit done around him didn't eclipse John Cena's 15 title reigns, he was like, fuck y'all mean I can't do this? I bet on John Cena every single time. Like, what you mean? Like, yo, the streak and The Undertaker willingly gave that up, but look who it was against. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Look at WrestleMania 38 or 39, whichever one this is. He was like, it's Brock and Roman and The Undertaker's in the Hall of Fame. Look, I set the play. Like, if that's the shit that he's doing, yeah, that is bigger than the women's shit. That is bigger than the NXT shit. It just is. So, and if nobody's giving him decisions like that, I feel what he's saying.
Yeah, because then you have a conversation within yourself like, yo, what are your wins? Like, I had a conversation with one of my bosses when Landon was born. And like, yo, like, I need more. Like, that's cool, but you got to show me why you need that. And you thinking like, what the fuck I got to show you? I show you this shit all the goddamn time.
Right.
But then you start hearing the words affect the business.
Mm-hmm.
And what have you done to affect the business? Hulk Hogan. Vince McMahon gave you Hulk Hogan
Yeah.
the way we see him right now.
Mm-hmm.
He gave you WrestleMania, put all his money into WrestleMania. If WrestleMania didn't work, ain't no WWF.
Right.
Um, he gave you all of these stars that he plucked from somewhere else and made them bigger.
Mm-hmm.
He, I think out of all of the pay-per-views, he didn't give you Royal Rumble,
Right.
but he gave you everything else.
Right.
Vince McMahon just gave you a lot of shit.
That lasted too.
Yeah.
Let's be clear on that. A lot of people in this new wrestling era, they just think, oh, new ideas. But your new idea need a 10-year anniversary.
Right. So my thing is, and just asking,
Mm-hmm.
but what is the idea, wrestling idea? Because I think Stephanie has affected the business with YouTube and social media like
Mm-hmm.
nobody else has.
Mm-hmm.
But that don't have anything to do with the in-ring product.
Right.
I wonder if that's what it is. Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe he's looking at somebody saying, "What's your WrestleMania? Like, what's your SummerSlam? Like, what's your bright idea?" And maybe there's a lot, but maybe he don't feel that those equal or surpass him changing the industry, because that's what I did. I bought this company and he bought the company from his dad.
Right.
That's the other part about it too. Like, y'all ain't got the balls to take this over from me like I
Mm-hmm.
took it over from my dad.
Right. Right. That is so clutch what you just said, and so key right there. Repeat that one more time, because this literally ain't that.
Right. I bought this company from my father. Y'all ain't got the balls to take this from me. What have y'all done to even come to me and say, "Hey"? I honestly believe that might be a bigger thing that you can't say in the interview. You can't really say backstage,
Mm-hmm.
because it was the WWF Capital Capital Wrestling Company. And Vince McMahon came in, was like, "Yo, Dad, pass down the company." No, you gotta do your own shit. So Vince
Mm-hmm.
went and did his own shit, and he also founded Titan Sports. And he got enough money to go to his dad and was like, "Yo, let me go ahead and buy this from you."
Right.
And his daddy was like, "All right, cool, but you don't do this." And Vince McMahon was like, "Okay." And then he did exactly what his father told him not to do,
Right.
and bought up territories all across, and gave you a fail-safe plan for him. Gave himself a fail-safe plan if you was like, "Nah." He went in and
Mm-hmm.
took your broadcasting rights, because I got more money than y'all.
Like, and I'm using it in the business.
Yeah. So I don't think Stephanie or Shane, excuse me, has done quite that. And maybe that might be the issue. Do it at the level that he feels.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only one that comes closest to that is Triple H.
Yeah.
And what he did with NXT.
Mm-hmm.
But Finn Balor said some shit that I thought that was interesting.
Yes.
He said that it was getting stale and things needed to change. Like, everybody was wrestling everybody at the same time. So
Mm-hmm.
there's somebody who was down there at the last part of NXT basically telling y'all that the shit was stale and you needed a new change.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you look at the beginning of NXT, it's a lot. This might be NXT 2.0, but this might be the fourth new version of NXT.
Yeah, facts.
It just might be.
Mm-hmm.
So, and who was in charge basically of the new version of NXT? Basically, is Vince. Now, some of y'all might say it's because he don't want to get his hands off of the product, and you know what? You might be right.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think Vince is like, "Look, I didn't get this shit easy. You ain't gonna get this shit easy.
Mm-hmm.
So you think I'm just gonna pass this shit down and go retire? Motherfucker, I'm still on the road. And I'm
Right.
76. And I'm still on the fucking road.
Right.
What are you doing?
And let's be clear too, it's happening, but we're watching the emergence of a new wrestling star in Brian Breaker. Somebody that, I mean, and the thing is like, whereas in that last version of NXT, it was, hey, these guys are great. They're gonna be stars. And then the Undisputed Era came, he's like, yo, those guys are stars. Push the button now. It don't happen. And then they all agree to leave. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, Kyle want to make rap music. He don't want hip hop classics, right? But the rest of them, they just left. But now look, Brian Breaker, LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, like you look at these guys and you're putting them in a different conversation in the future where it's not just a hotbed for wrestling talent. It's like, no, this is literally tomorrow. And that for like about a year, maybe, wasn't the tone at NXT had before Vince took over. Well,
And
creatively,
yeah, and then Triple H's thing was almost like to build a territory again.
Yeah.
And I think Vince, but just do it with NXT popping up everywhere. Motherfuckers trying to make NXT like it was Best Buy. They got an NXT over here, got an NXT over there.
Right.
Nigga went from NXT USA, NXT UK. We're gonna have an NXT China and an NXT Japan and a NXT Australia, and we're not going to Africa, but
right. Right, let's talk about
but
it.
we're going to California. I don't want to put nothing in Africa. Like, nah, Saudi Arabia close enough.
And Vince is like, why don't we just take the 20 best people from there and bring it to Florida?
No, I want to go everywhere with this shit, Vince. Let me rock. And then it rocked until it couldn't, until they tried to make it, NXT versus, AEW and AEW running out. Now, speaking of AEW, to move on, the biggest news this week of wrestling really is Ring of Honor being sold to Tony Khan buying Ring of Honor Wrestling from Sinclair Broadcasting. So they basically own everything. They own the IP, they own the content, they own whatever contracts that's there. They own all of it. I do have to say this, though, and I know Dedrian Cologne listens to the show. Hey fam, I'm still waiting on the tweet because to me he said the dumbest thing this year. Not even gonna sugarcoat. He said the dumbest thing this year. He said that AEW buying Ring of Honor is like WCW buying UWF.
Wait, what?
And and I was like, yeah, you just please don't tell me you're doing this for YouTube views or whatever, or just for some retweets, because this is dumb. This is dumb. And the reason why I'm saying it the way that I'm saying, because I still have not got a response from my tweet. Because you know who came from UWF, Camp? Sting came from UWF. Rick Steiner came from UWF. Shit, Terry Taylor came from UWF. The Sheep Herders came from UWF. Dirty Dick Slater came from UWF.
Hey, Dirty Dick.
I could go on and on with names that was at UWF at a time when they were bought. Even before becoming Mid-South Wrestling, the history and the legacy that they had with Mid-South. I didn't see fucking WCW talking about the rich history and legacy of Mid-South Wrestling. You know what they did? Bill Watts eventually became in charge, and then he told people, you can't throw people over the top rope and you can't jump off the top rope.
Automatic disqualification, even in the title match.
Right. So, but again, who is the Sting of Ring of Honor? Who is the Rick Steiner? Who is the Terry Taylor? You know what? Nobody, because they have no wrestlers under contract. I don't know if anybody forgot about this.
Oh, yeah.
But wrestlers were released from their contract. And even if they were under contract, there's no Sting, there's no Rick Steiner, there's no Scott Steiner, there's no one-man gang. There are nobody to equate to those names to even bring up UWF and Crockett WCW. There's nothing there. There's not, other than somebody got sold. We didn't see, like, today. Apparently, I saw on Instagram the history of WCW. Today is the anniversary of WCW All Nighter, where at midnight from 6 p.m. fucking Bobby the Brain Heenan, Tony Schiavone, Mean Gene Oakland, I think it was one more person, was locked in Tony Schiavone's basement, and they were watching old wrestling. But it was just Clash of the Championships and other shits. It wasn't no motherfucking Mid-South UWF matches.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's kind of like buying the Sopranos DVD box set, but like
I got one better for you.
But you kind of need Blu-ray.
I kind of got one better for you. And shouts out to my man Ronnie Notch out of St. Louis. My man said that they bought the DVD box set of Mama's Family, basically. I was like, oh shit. That man Ronnie said that buying Ring of Honor was like buying the box set of Mama's Family. I threw my phone.
Oh my God!
I said, you know what?
Shout out to Ronnie, man.
I said,
that
boom.
was great.
I said, boom. I don't even want to.
That was great, man.
I don't think I texted him after that. Other than laughter emojis, because that right there. I mean, look, that's a sin. And the rumor out there is that they want to use Ring of Honor as a developmental situation for AEW, which I see your face.
Yeah, man. See, man. Yo, man. This society that we live in today, everybody's trying to expedite their process. Bro, rock out with what y'all got for 5 years, please. Like, just 5. Just 5 years. Y'all already not got the same roster that you got when you started.
Not all.
One of your front office people, 2 of them are gone.
Yeah.
Y'all acquiring this other talent that you do need, but y'all talking developmental?
And that's the rumor. I don't know how true it is. That's the rumor. And I know Ronnie said Mama's Family, and I don't want nobody to think we shitting on classic matches with CM Punk and Samoa Joe and Bryan Danielson and Kevin Steen and El Generico and all that, because to me, that's what his purchase is at. The purchase is in the IP and the videotape collection. That's why this deal is more WCW being bought by WWE and ECW being bought by the WWE more than anything else. Why? Because if you don't have any wrestlers under contract, that don't mean they coming back.
Right.
Especially if you say, yo, we're going to use this as a feeder for us. You think Dalton Castle gonna come back, be happy with doing that if he feels like, yo, he belongs on the big stage? Because now you just put Ring of Honor lower than NXT. Like Triple H, it was a rumor that Triple H had had spearheaded an effort to try to buy the company, but the WWE and Ring of Honor couldn't come to terms on a deal. My hope, honestly, was that they merged with Impact. That was my hope.
Yeah.
But maybe, the folks over there ain't packing like we thought they was. But again, like, to me, this deal is mainly, when we get this streaming platform, because that's what I thought the announcement was going to be. I thought, being that, that AEW is under Turner, which is under Warner Media, which is HBO Go also. I was thinking that, and Bleacher Report also, maybe that you either add your content to HBO Max to have a streaming platform with that, similar to what the WWE and Peacock has going on, or do that, or have a Bleacher Report streaming property, and you have your content there too. to kind of like build that up. I didn't think they were just gonna have their own separate entity of a streaming platform like the the WWE network was.
Mm-hmm.
But when you yourself have basically 2.5 years of content to stream, that ain't enough.
Yeah. No,
That's not enough. But when you bring in the rich history and legacy of Ring of Honor and the matches and the content that they have, I mean, we joked about Mama's Family, but shit, Mama's Family is funny to me and made me laugh.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
it was on for a nice minute too, though.
yes, it was. And with that being said, it's like, yo, that content to me is worth more than your content right now.
What?
So it definitely can't be UWF.
Right. Right. No,
Somebody was clamoring for matches to see hot stuff Eddie Gilbert versus Sting at UWF. But if you're gonna make this a feeder program, like I don't know. Like I don't know. Because at one point, that's like WWE bringing back WCW and saying y'all gonna be a territory, a developmental platform for us based in Atlanta, Georgia. And then y'all out here doing matches and shit at fucking Great America. Like Magic doing matches in Stone Mountain gyms and shit. Nah.
Oh, shoot.
Nah. And if these wrestlers are not under contract, I mean, what you gonna do? All them wrestlers that signed first with AEW, you gonna move them motherfuckers down there at Ring of Honor so you could continue signing old WWE talent?
And that would be funny though. That I want to see wrestling Twitter react to that though.
Man. Oh, the AEW is the best thing ever. Like, fam, it's WWE light. Because they sent down Adam Hangman Page, they sent down Penelope Ford and the Best Friends and Joey Janela. They sent them to ROH, and Cody Rhodes is now the he oversees ROH, so he could do shit his way down there. But we just signed Claudio Castagnoli, and Keith Lee, Adam Cole, fucking MJF, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, they're all fighting for the world championship tonight in one match. Not even a tournament. Man. It's just one match. And it's a pinfall to a finish. So it's a 12-man match. It's a fatal 12-way for the fatal 12-way. It's a fatal 12-way for the for the championship. With that being said, like, I mean, I know you didn't necessarily follow ROH like that. I started following them heavily when I was in DC because they had a TV deal out there. So, you know, I would basically like DVR some of the joints. So it was dope seeing Cody and the Young Bucks over there. It was dope seeing some of these other wrestlers. And damn near every wrestler in any organization has touched Ring of Honor at some point. Like Keith Lee and Shane Taylor was a tag team down there, you know. You got the Briscoes who still like it's a whole bunch of shit. Your thoughts though on the purchase?
I mean, to me, to be honest, I don't lie, it doesn't mean anything because and only because I think it's just a move to make a move. Like it feels like a heartstrings move. But then again, you got like guys like CM Punk and Bryan Danielson like with AEW. I think that's more for them. Like I think that was like a roster purchase. Like, hey, we got this new coffee maker and the water cooler, guys. It's on the second floor.
We got ice. We got an ice maker.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's not diminishing the quality of the product, but it's like, what does that mean for AEW? It just means you bought this. Like, this ain't for me. This is for the people that work for you. It's like, yeah, man, we got to keep it alive. It's like, okay, save the wreck. Turbo and Ozone, fine. Like, whatever, dude. Like, save the wreck, man. Doom, baby. Electric Boogaloo. All right, fine.
Ain't
okay,
no stopping us. No stopping us.
Yeah, you
No
know what
one
I'm
does it
saying?
better. Punch, punch.
Yeah. And it's like, and it's cool. Like, I hope they do something cool with it. Like, when the time is right, I hope they do something of value with it. But
Right.
right now, it don't mean nothing. It's just like when fucking Hasbro owned Death Row.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, all right, but you ain't gonna play them corrupt albums though.
Right. And not about to play All Eyes on Me, in a
Yeah.
G.I. Joe
Right.
cartoon.
You know, right. You know what I
All
mean?
Eyes on Me. Get your Sergeant Slaughter G.I. Joe box set. All
Yeah.
Eyes on Me. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, you got a
right. You know what I mean? Like,
that Tupac fan? Yeah,
mhm.
yeah. I mean, again, it just feels like to me that they bought a DVD box set.
Yeah.
And it's not and the reason why I feel that way because ain't no wrestlers there. Like shit, at least WWE has Sean Stasiak,
Word.
but WCW had Sean Stasiak.
You know what I'm saying? They got
Chavo
something.
Guerrero, like
Right.
before
They
he,
got some sweat equity out of it. Like, come on.
yeah, was Mike Saunders, like at least they had him. Like it's like who the fuck, average Mike Sanders, excuse me. Like, who the fuck y'all got? A referee, like that's it. So it's like all right, man. Shit. Before we get out of here,
Mhm.
um, like how do you feel about the WrestleMania card and how it is taking shape? Um, we got Pat McAfee. We got Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory
Mhm.
confirmed now. Well, I think they have night 1 and night 2 set so far,
Mhm.
with others to be determined. But right now, match 1 is Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey as the
Mhm.
main event. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. So both women's matches are in one night,
Mm.
which I don't particularly like.
Nah, that shouldn't be happening.
It shouldn't, but yeah, we'll
That shouldn't
talk.
be happening.
Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz and Logan Paul. Drew McIntyre and Happy Corbin, I believe, is confirmed for WrestleMania.
Mm.
And then for night 2, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Of course, the main event of the whole thing, winner takes all. Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Sasha Banks and Naomi, and Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn, not
Mm.
for the Intercontinental
Of
Championship,
course.
because Ricochet. It was reported last week that
Mm.
Ricochet was reportedly ranked as the number 2 babyface on SmackDown, which means, of course,
Mhm.
he's getting a push, ladies and gentlemen, and
Yeah.
now he's the
Mhm.
Intercontinental Champion.
That's right.
But he doesn't have a match at WrestleMania yet, but Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn does. And the
Mm.
2 matches that have not had a night was Edge and AJ Styles, which I'll get into in a second.
Mhm.
Pat McAfee and Austin Theory. How do you
Mhm.
feel that the WrestleMania card is taking shape?
It's a really good card, man. Charlotte and Becky Wild though. Charlotte and Becky Wild. I'm as I had a chance to think here, they wild for what they doing for night 1. But nah, man, you know what? They're Pat and Michael Cole sold it. They oversold it. Biggest WrestleMania main event of all time, biggest WrestleMania ever. And you know what? Even with a Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory and Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin, you're still in that biggest ever territory.
Yeah.
So, man, you know what? I try not to get excited about WrestleManias because I know what they're about now in a real way now. Like they're in
Oh,
stadiums now. They're 10-hour events now. It's a whole week of build up when the weekend it's happening. And it's just like you just want great performances. And every night and every hour, you're going to get a great performance from somebody. Like, hey, call me crazy. I might even guarantee this week. Austin Theory, Pat McAfee might be one of the best matches of the weekend. After the way Pat McAfee showed his ass in NXT, I don't know. I'm not gonna count that match out at all.
Yeah, no, I'm not either.
Like that won't be bottom
I'll,
of the.
I'll say this. I think Pat McAfee gonna show out because he know, at least on the WrestleMania card, he has some big shoes to fill. Cause Bad Bunny last year,
bro. That's what I'm saying. Yo, if he showed up, then it's all bets are off. I was like, yeah, this might be the greatest WrestleMania of all time.
From an entertainer standpoint, hell yeah. Now to the heel turn, it looks like of all heel turns so far, Edge finally got his opponent, AJ Styles, as you know, multiple people have been talking about. We've talked about it. The part that became interesting though is when he beat AJ Styles' ass. And Concerto.
Oh yeah, several.
Man. What are your thoughts on Edge turning heel?
About damn time.
Oh, okay.
About damn time. I look. Obviously, Edge is over either way, right?
Right.
But you get the absolute best product of Edge when he is a heel. You get the absolute best product. And heel Edge versus WWE face AJ is money. It is money. Farewell tour is over. Bro, we knew you broke your neck, but you recovered. I'm sick of seeing you getting your ass beat or also miraculously winning after an ass beating that should have killed you. So just go full blown heel, man. Like, look, man, Randy and Seth gave you the look. Now let's get back to that other shit.
I was shocked because I thought you was gonna go in the opposite direction. But I'm with you.
Yeah.
I was tired of the comeback kid, old man Logan shit.
Yeah, man.
Now it's time to put in work. I want to see Rated R Superstar.
Believe it.
Like I was tired of the Family Man.
Yeah.
I was tired of Beth.
Yeah.
I was tired of, you RKO'd my wife. I was tired of wrestling with my wife. No, I need my man Edge to get back on his shit.
Yeah, absolutely. And like the Miz and Marie shit was the tipping point for me. I was like, so is he just leaving? Like, because that's cool. Now I don't.
That's just having fun. Now you've done all of the things. You're having fun. The fun and games are over. Now it's time for me to whoop people's ass. I've said this before. I'm gonna say this again. I hope this leads to a title run, though. Okay. Because even when you look at the feuds that we talked about, he won those feuds.
Right. Yeah.
He won those. He won all of those feuds.
Yeah.
He won
it's almost crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, it is crazy that the match isn't Brock Lesnar versus Edge for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. It is weird that that's not it.
Yeah, like he's won all of the feuds, and it's not the only one he lost. Technically, he lost the Roman Reigns shit. But other than that, he won every feud. Why are we bullshitting with this man? And what can happen? No, fuck that shit. It's time for us to get our shit off with Edge and utilize him as such. And I think when you get bad guy Edge, when you get heel Edge, you get top-notch promos. He ain't got to be no pussy. Like he ain't got to be Vicky Guerrero Edge either. Like, yo, I'm tired. Look, we had fun. Now I'm here to show these motherfuckers what it is. So I really fuck with it. I want to see more of it. I think that's the match. That match will be match of the night match of the weekend between him and AJ Styles.
Okay.
I do think that's going to be matching. That's blockbuster performance
Believe it.
between those two. Because I think Edge is going to bring something out of AJ Styles that AJ Styles have not had brought out of him in quite some time in the WWE.
Mm.
Now it's show out time.
Mm-hmm.
He got his contract, he getting his money. Now it's show out time for AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with Edge, like I've been showing out coming off of a broken neck. So it's about to be lit. So
Right. No, absolutely.
So yeah, so any final thoughts or anything? Do we got to go to Blockbuster Video and get
You know what? No,
AEW content? I mean
yeah.
some ROH content?
Possibly. You know, my final thought. This is not even a guarantee hope anything. I just want to highlight how I do want the documentary on Becky versus Charlotte. To allude to what I was speaking on earlier, I think that these ladies were both on different nights, and I think the chatter backstage got to the, yeah, of course you can't main event. So, let me show you how to do this. And I'm sure Big Time Bex was not one for having it, because she knows she's doing a match with Bianca Belair, a woman who's just coming off of what we got to call the greatest women's match in WrestleMania history last year with Sasha Banks. Meanwhile, Charlotte is working with Ronda Rousey. And just to be fair, we've seen Charlotte Flair look better with worse.
Yeah.
So now we're going to play the one-upsmanship game with the ladies. Okay, follow that. And so it's going to make for a great first night of WrestleMania. Fellas, do not tune out for this. This does make me want to watch the Broken Skull session with Becky Lynch, because I haven't checked it out yet, or the Ron Simmons one.
The Ron Simmons one was dope.
Yeah, okay.
It was more history related. It was dope though.
I dig it. So it's like, whenever they do they Sean Brett doc, I'm here for it. Because this is letting you know how real it is.
Right.
And it wouldn't surprise me if the WWE makes the other decision that the federation ain't big enough for two champs on two brands. They got to unify that title too. That's just guaranteed what collusion, guaranteed conversation. I don't know what it is, but that's my thought as we close out this episode.
Well, the rumor is that the titles won't be unified long, which would irritate the fuck out of me if that would happen. Any case, nah, man, I agree with you. I think this is it would not shock me and surprise me if Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair is the first match of WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put it near Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
You can't do that. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. But yeah, this definitely sounds like some one-upsmanship, bitch beat that type shit.
Right.
And I'm sorry, I don't think Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey is gonna beat Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch.
Time Bex.
Only because of Bianca Belair. And I'm sorry, because I just got through stuttering because I didn't know the Slickster managed Rick Martel at one point.
Oh, yeah.
See, I missed this shit because he's not even a model right now.
Yeah.
He's just an angry Canadian. What the fuck was I doing in 89?
Yeah, man, you probably just out, Saturday morning cartoons was popping in 89. Like, it's a lot. I used to record wrestling. That's the only reason why I've seen a lot of this. And I was like, oh, he was slick, so he about to join.
But I never watched primetime wrestling. Everything was WWE superstars.
Oh, yeah. No, primetime wrestling. I used to watch primetime wrestling solely for the banter between Gorilla and Bobby Heenan. So so that's why I seen it. Like sometimes I would go to the bathroom during the matches, but then make sure I was back for their talking pieces. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah, because they be going back and forth and shit. Like
Yeah.
this shit is comical even in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And like you don't really give a fuck about Coco Beware versus Iron Mike Shark.
At all.
Care about those two, but yeah, I just saw them.
But,
So I was
but,
like,
but
what
when
the
Bobby,
fuck?
Bobby Heenan going in on the Rosati sisters, oh, I'm here
Yes,
for it.
when them motherfuckers, the Bobby the Brain Heenan fan club, top top notch. They need something like this now on the network.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, that's what WWE main event needs to turn into. It needs to turn into a version of primetime wrestling hosted by fucking somebody in Pat McAfee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the other person is.
Yeah, no,
Because
we'll
my
figure it
man
out.
Vic is like Vic Joseph and Pat McAfee.
There you go. Book it.
The new primetime wrestler. All right, man. So you gave your guarantee, right?
Mm-hmm.
My guarantee tonight, I'm gonna use the one tonight as we record on Sunday for AEW.
Mm-hmm.
My guarantee is that Adam Cole will become the AEW World Champion. That's my guarantee hope is that we figure out what's going on with Keith Lee. Either he's out of shape, he's ring rust or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But my man ain't been looking
Limitless.
He's been looking limited. And I say that with love because, again, I'm the same person that told y'all he wasn't lasting in 2021.
Yeah.
And where he should be.
Mm-hmm.
I said that they should put Keith Lee to the moon. I'm just saying that Keith Lee ain't looking limitless. And it's, I don't, Vince McMahon referred to, according to the folks, I don't see it like that. But he referred to the folks that was released as dead weight. I hope Keith Lee proves him wrong. But right now, it just seems like AEW fans are cheering him because, oh man, we got Keith Lee. WWE didn't use him right.
I'll give everything till June.
That's how I end off.
Well, hey guys, we appreciate you checking out the show. Likes, comments, shares, tags, conversation, comments, clips, audio links, all of that. Greatly appreciated as we formulate content to bring you this show every single week. And please don't stop because it keeps us going and pushes us to a new gear because we know you're paying attention about the product that we are producing. We want to keep a certain standard of excellence as we do that every single week. And always remember, if you ever want to talk about wrestling in an unconventional way, you do so by checking out the First Black Champ podcast. Camp. Bang. We are out.